Hello, and welcome to our class today at Claude Henri Gringas in Ste Adele. So, take a time to get nice and comfortable. Lie down on your back. If you have a cushion, feel free to put it under your knees. And take a moment to adjust yourself to find your ideal position as you're on your back. Slide your shoulder blades down away from your ears to make sure you create lots of space. If your hands are down on the earth, the ground, feel free to turn your palms up towards the sky. If you need to, wiggle your hips to make sure that they feel centered. And even feel free to spread your legs out if that's more comfortable for you. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale with a sigh. Again, inhale to your maximum. Exhale to your maximum. And a third and final time. Take a deep breath in. And exhale with a sigh. So, just remind yourself it's human nature if your head is turning at 1,000 miles an hour. So take a moment here just to notice whatever it is you're thinking about. Try not to place any type of connotation if it's a negative thought or a positive thought. It's just what thought. So now each time you exhale, imagine putting one of your thoughts into a balloon and that it's going to start floating so far away from you, away from your body, away from your mind. And with each exhalation, we allow the body and the mind to start relaxing. It's equally as important to relax the mind. And you'll notice that as soon as your mind starts to relax, your breath is going to start to follow that as well. And you'll feel your breath getting slower and slower. At the same time, start deepening your breath. And you'll notice when you do this that your belly will start to move with the breath. So when we inhale, the belly inflates. And as we exhale, we press the belly button a little bit in towards the spine. Try to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Ensure that your breath stays very fluid. And that way, when we're making our physical postures, the body will also be fluid. And now you should notice that your breath is very slow, fluid, and deep. And we're also going to include in the Ujjayi breath. So contract your throat slightly. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And notice how your breath starts making the sound of waves. That's why it's called the ocean sounding breath. I know a lot of people really feel that they're exaggerating when they breathe like this. But really, this is one of our biggest secrets in our yoga class. Because when the brain starts hearing this sound, it's impossible for it to produce any more stress hormones. And instead, it starts producing endorphins that help us heal and relax. So pranayama means that we are actually connecting our breath and our body energy together. So it's a way that we're able to actually increase our own energy. So if you can imagine that there's a ball of energy at the base of your spine, inhale and imagine this ball of energy come up towards your third eye. And then as you exhale, let it come back down towards the tailbone. So imagine this ball as your body's energy. And when you inhale, imagine that as it comes up towards the third eye, that feeling makes you kind of float. And then when the energy comes back down towards the tailbone, the energy is going to start getting very heavy. So again, as we inhale, we're going to start feeling more and more energized and light. And as we exhale, we really start noticing that connection we have towards the earth. Nice and slowly, bring your hands in front of your heart in prayer. And start rubbing them together to create lots of heat and energy between your palms. Once they're nice and warm, place them over your eyes. And notice the feeling of vibration and energy that's coming in from your hands towards your eyes and your face. As you exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. If you have a cushion under your knees, push it to the side. Make sure you're still nice and comfortable. Bend your knees and bring your knees in towards your belly. And then start drawing the number 8 or the infinity sign with your knees in the air. Start nice and slow with small movements. It's like you're tracing your mobility in the air. So if you start with small movements, you'll notice that your body starts getting more comfortable and you can make bigger movements with the repetitions. Also take times to change directions. Notice the feeling of the energy that's moving around at the base of the spine, and if it feels like it's coming up the spine as well. Perfect. Come back to center. And as you inhale, lift your legs up towards the sky. Press your belly button in. And as you exhale, lower the legs nice and slowly towards the earth. Remember to use your abdominal strength for the movement. Very good. So this morning we're going to start by stretching out the left side. So bend your knees and interlace your fingers behind your thigh, or if you're more flexible, feel free to interlace your fingers behind your ankle. And just remember, we don't want to hold on to the back of the knee because that will block the circulation to the leg. Good. As we inhale, press your heel up towards the sky. And as you exhale, pull the leg in just a tiny bit so that you feel a small stretch in the hamstring. If your low back is feeling tense right now, feel free to bend your right knee to add in a little bit more comfort. So remember, we're always working on our limit. So that means that we work on a stretch, but we don't ever feel any type of pain. And we keep working with a cycle of inhalations and exhalations. So as we inhale, we straighten the leg. And as we exhale, we pull the leg in slightly. And that way, the stretch happens naturally with the breathing cycle. Very good. Now you have a choice of holding onto the big toe with the first 2 fingers of the right hand. If you're not able to hold onto your toe, just hold on to the outside of the calf. Good. Exhale and open the left leg to the left. When you feel a nice stretch, Hold the leg steady there and just let it relax. You'll notice that when the muscle relaxes, that between your breathing and the gravity, your leg will just naturally start sinking down. You don't need to force it at all. Keep pressing the right hip down towards the floor. As you inhale, bring the leg back to center. As you exhale, bend the knee and then interlace the fingers over the left knee. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull the knee in towards your rib cage. Now flex your right foot and press your right thigh down towards the ground. Take a few deep breaths in and out here. And as you inhale, notice how your belly reaches up to meet your thigh. And if you're feeling comfortable as you exhale, see if you can bring your thigh in a little bit more towards the belly. Very good. Now place your right hand on the left knee and stretch your left hand out to the side. We're going to start our moving twist. So as we exhale, move the knee towards the right. And as you inhale, let it come into center. So we always work again at our limit. So as you're exhaling, bring the knee over to wherever it's comfortable. And when you inhale, bring it back and just rock it a tiny bit side to side. And remember, the goal here is to make the posture your own. So feel free to experiment with your angles. Perfect. On your next exhalation, let the knee settle down towards the right and turn the head towards the left. Relax your hips, your low back, and your shoulders. And then start playing a little bit with the angle of the left knee so that it really focuses on whatever tensions you're carrying in your back today. Good. Now take a deep breath in and exhale totally and fully. Super. As you exhale, unwind slowly. Take a moment to make sure you're still nice and comfortable. Make sure you slide your shoulder blades away from your ears and that your hips are comfortable on the ground. And take a moment to notice if there's any differences now between the right side and the left side. Good. Start with your right side. Inhale, lift the leg up and either interlace your fingers behind the right thigh, or if you're more flexible, feel free to interlace your fingers behind the ankle or the calf. Take a deep breath in to straighten the leg and exhale, pull it in a little bit. And remember, always make yourself comfortable. So if your low back is sore, feel free to bend your left knee and put the foot on the ground. Again, inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, bring the leg in a little bit. Good. Make sure you're still breathing at your maximum. And notice how comfortable it is when all of the tensions start to melt away and all the comfort comes back into our body. Good. Now hold on to your big toe with the first two fingers of the right hand. Press your left hip to the ground. And as you exhale, let the right leg come down towards the right side. We're not going to force anything at all here. Just come down to whatever's your natural stop. Start listening to the inner wisdom of the body. If you listen deeply, the body's going to tell you exactly what angle you're going to be needing to be working at, and really how to let go of tension. Good. Inhale, bring the leg back to center. As you exhale, bend your knees. Interlace your fingers over the right knee. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull your knee, your right knee, slightly in towards the body. Flex your left foot and then press the left leg down towards the floor. Take a deep breath in. Notice the belly touching up towards the thigh. And as you exhale, pull the knee down a little bit more if that's available for you. This posture is fabulous also for digestion. It works kind of like to massage the internal organs. Good. Relax your muscular strength. Keep your left hand on the right knee and stretch your right arm out to the side. As you exhale, swing the right knee towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. And keep rocking it side to side, just down enough that is comfortable for you. Good. Let your breath guide the movement. And just go to whatever your mobility is allowing you to do today. Good. On your next exhalation, let the right knee come down towards the left. And then turn your head slightly towards the right. Relax your low back, your spine, your shoulder blades. Let everything just melt down towards the earth. Position your right knee to whatever angle is the most appropriate for you today. So the only thing you have to do now is to breathe to your maximum. Very good. Now as you exhale, unwind to your back. Stretch your legs out on the floor. Take a moment to readjust your body. And notice all of the effects that you've made on your body by producing all of these physical movements, the asanas. Good. Now bend your knees again as you place your feet on the mat. Bring your knees in towards your belly. Cross your ankles and hold on to the outside blades of your feet. So we're going to start making little rocking sensation to massage our spine, to take out all the tension from the back. And you'll notice the momentum is going to take over and you'll come up to a seated position. And make sure you take the time you need to do it. So we're going to come directly up onto our knees this morning. If you're finding your knees are sensitive, feel free to put a cushion under or fold your mat a few times. And then open your knees to the same as hip distance. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale. We're going to slide the left hand down the left thigh in a crescent moon. Good. Keep your right side rotated slightly backwards and notice the feeling of opening. Now take your time to slide your left hand back to the left heel. If you need to, fold your toes under to lift the heels up a little bit more. Good. Now we're going to make some big circles with the right arm. Change directions. Excellent. Relax your right arm, contract your abdominal muscles, and come up to center. Good. Turn your left hand open, lift it up towards the sky, and as you exhale, slide your right hand down the right thigh. This time we're stretching out the left side. And you're going to notice really quickly which side of your body is more flexible than the other. So you'll notice oftentimes if you're left-handed, the left side is tighter. Good. Keep your left shoulder rotated towards the back and just keep breathing. Now slide your right hand back to the right heel. Flex your foot if you prefer. Slide your hips forward and start making big arm circles. Change directions. Very good. Now this time we're going to circle the right arm backwards and see if we can put both our hands on both heels. Don't worry if you can't do it. If you can't, place your hands on your low back and just lean forward. Good. You can also let your head just rest backwards if that's comfortable for you. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now everyone place your hands on your low back. We're going to come up and then go directly into child's pose. So lean your hips back to your heels and slide your hands forward and let your forehead come down to the mat. So we just completed the camel pose, and that's a big, big back opener. So sometimes we find that we're a little bit uncomfortable coming into it. So take time to even press your hands down to the earth to stretch your back out, or rock your hips side to side to make sure it's comfortable. Very good. Now as we inhale, we're going to roll the back up one vertebrae at a time to come to a seated position. Once you come up, let the shoulder blades sink far away from your ears. Good. While we're here, we're going to make a few neck circles. And if you're not comfortable sitting on your heels, feel free to extend your legs forward. So inhale, your head up and around. Exhale, back down and around. And then change directions. Very good. Come back to center. And then come onto all fours. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. So we're going to do our cat and puppy posture. Exhaling, we round the back up. And as we inhale, we let the back sink down. Good. Exhale, press the back up. Let the tailbone and the crown of the head come up. And inhale, we're going to press the belly button. We're going to let the belly button drop down to the earth. And the tailbone and the crown of the head rises up. So now we're going to work on balance. Inhale, raise the right hand up, and then you have an option of either extending the left leg backwards and letting the toes stay on the ground, or lift the leg up if you're feeling more balanced. And think about extending all the way from the left heel to the right hand. Then take a few deep breaths in and out. Super. Exhale, lower your hand and your knee down. Make sure you still feel centered. This time we're going to inhale, lift up the left hand, and then you can either place your right leg extended with the toes down on the ground and the left arm extended, or you can lift the right leg up with the left arm extended. Keep breathing nice and deeply. As you exhale, bring your hands and your knees back down to the ground. Now lift the right hand up and stretch it all the way towards the left in the little loop between your arm and the knee. Now place your left hand on top of the right. And then inhale, lift the left hand up. Exhale, bring it back down to the palm. So we're going to repeat this a few times. Inhale, lift the hand up, keep looking at the thumb. Exhale, bring the hand back down. Good. Now inhale, lift the hand up, stretch each finger away from the other, and then stretch the hand up towards the sun. Notice you should have the sensation that the stretch starts right from the heart. Now as we exhale, let the left hand come down and come back up onto the hands and knees. Good. Other side. Lift up your left hand and stretch it all the way towards the right so that your left ear is on the ground. So you can stay there if you like. And place the right hand on top of the left, and then inhale, lift the hand up towards the sky. So we're going to keep lifting the hand as we inhale and lowering it as we exhale. Notice the sensation you're having in your back. So you always again want to feel that you have a nice relaxation, a nice stretch, but never pain. So always remember that yoga is a therapy. It's not a sport. So keep it in mind that we're gentle with our bodies. Make sure we're coming back up onto all fours, and we're going to take a step forward with the right foot. Ideally, the ankle will be under the knee. Point your toes forward, lift the toes up, spread them out, and place them back down on the mat. As you inhale, stretch the arms up towards the sky with your hands shoulder distance apart. Make a nice shoulder circle to slide them down away from the ears. For modified warrior one, keep breathing. Turn your eyes up towards the sky. Feel how nice it is to inhale in this position. Now as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart in prayer. And then we're going to start turning towards the right to place the left elbow on the right knee. Keep your elbows open wide. Now once you feel balanced, press your knee and your elbow together to work as traction. It'll help you turn a little bit more. I know sometimes we lose our balance, so really you have to think about engaging your abdominal muscles as much as possible. Good. Now as you exhale, bring your hands back down to the earth. Excellent. Good. Now we're going to start working on our hamstrings again. So as you exhale, slide your knee forward. And as you inhale, straighten the knee, or start straightening the knee. It might not straighten the whole way. And if you're comfortable, you have the option also of bringing your head down towards the leg. And as we slide back and forth, imagine that your whole foot is glued to your mat. Always remember that your hip ligaments and your tendons run all the way down to your toes. Good. Now, bring the right knee backwards, left leg forward. Align your ankle under your knees. And as you inhale, lift your arms up for modified warrior one. Your hands should be shoulder distance apart. Slide the shoulders back and down. Have your palms so they're facing towards one another. Stretch your fingers out. Just like the feet, the ligaments from the neck and shoulders run all the way down to your fingers. Now, as you exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart in prayer. Keep your elbows wide open and bring your right elbow down to your left knee. Find your balance. And once you have your balance, press your elbow and knee together to create traction, helping you move further into the twist. Keep breathing deeply. Good. Now as you exhale, bring your knees back down to the ground and stretch out in child's pose by bringing your hips back to your heels. You can just relax here, or if you press your hands to the earth, you'll stretch the back even more. Excellent. Tuck your toes under, and as you inhale, straighten your knees to come into down dog. And then walk your heels out one at a time. Good, you just have to bend your knees one at a time. Good. Now let your heels sink towards the floor. Turn your tailbone up towards the sky. Good, let your shoulder blades slide down your back. Now as you inhale, reach the right leg up behind you, bend your knee, and take a nice deep step in front in a lunge. Now, turn your left foot to the side, and we're gonna inhale to rise up into warrior two. So you're gonna notice your arms will be parallel, and press your shoulder blades together in the back. Sink down into your hips. Make sure that your right heel and your left arch is aligned, and keep contracting your abdominal muscles to keep your balance. Good. Inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Let the left hand sink behind for the reversed warrior. So we're going to slide this back and forth. Each time we inhale, we're going to lift the right hand up, let the left hand sink down. And as we exhale, we bring the hands back to parallel. Excellent. Keep letting the breath guide your movement. Good. Inhale. We're going to prepare for triangle, so straighten the legs. Keep the arms parallel. And as you exhale, let the right hand come down in front of your right shin. Keep the arms parallel and imagine stretching the hands away from each other. Remember, the balance is coming from your abdominal muscles, so keep them contracted. Good. Exhale. bring the hands down to the earth. Bring your left foot a little bit forward. And then bring the right hand to the outside. And the left hand as well. Now for the reverse triangle, inhale and lift the right hand up behind you. Good. Exhale, bring the hands down to the earth. Inhale, come up to center. Now you want to square your hips for the next posture. You might have to step your left foot in a little bit as well. And hold on to your forearms or elbows in the back. So for chapel posture, as we exhale, we're going to lower down over the right thigh. So it's another posture where we really have to pay attention to our balance. And it has a nice deep stretch as well in the hamstrings. So just come down to wherever it feels good for you. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And then we're going to come back to center with our toes pointing in towards the middle. As you exhale, lower down with the hands to the earth. Turn your tailbone up towards the sky. Good. Now think about contracting your feet so your arches lift up. And that way you should have a nice stretch in your inner thigh. If you're able to find your balance, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and let the hands come down by the head, at least in that direction. Good, so now we're gonna start making some arm circles. And don't worry if they're not really circles and they're squares or triangles. We just really wanna get some movement into the shoulder blades to start with. And then change directions as well. Good, place your hands now on your hips. Press your belly button in towards your stomach, in towards your spine. And inhale to come back up to standing. Notice how strong and balanced you feel here. Good, so now we're gonna do the other side. So turn your left foot towards the front and make sure your left heel is aligned with the right arch. Take a deep breath in and exhale, we're gonna sink down into the hips with the arms parallel. And this is Warrior 2. Keep taking deep breaths in and out. Ideally, we also feel that our legs are engaged. So if you don't know how to contract your inner thigh on your own, imagine pulling your feet in towards center, but not really letting them move on the mat. So now we're going to go into reversed warrior by inhaling, lifting the arm up towards the sky, letting the right arm sink down behind. And then as you exhale, you come back to warrior 2. So inhale, reversed warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. And remember, it's always your breath that guides the movement. Very good. Now we're gonna exhale, bring the hands down to the earth. And one more time, we're gonna inhale. Straighten the legs. And exhale, keeping the arms parallel, we're gonna go into triangle posture. So normally we keep the left hand just in front of the shin and lift the right arm up towards the sky. And imagine starting the stretch right from the center heart position and extend the hands out from there. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Walk your hands towards the right. Sorry, towards the left. And as you inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky. Look up towards the thumb. Very good. Come back to your center. Bring your hands back to your hips as you inhale up. And advance your left hip a little bit. You might have to take a step in with the left foot as well. Bring your hands behind your back, and you can either hold onto your forearms or your elbows. And for the chapel posture, exhale and lower down slowly over the leg. This is a great stretch for the hamstrings, and really pay attention to your balance here. Good. Inhale, slowly come up to center. Turn your toes in towards center as well. And we'll prepare for another wide-legged forward fold. This time, exhale. Bring your hands down to the ground. And we're going to go into another twist. So walk your hands over towards the left. Place your right hand on the ankle. And then inhale the arm up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, bring it down. This time, walk your hands to the opposite direction. Lift your arm up towards the sky. Take a few more deep, deep breaths. Good. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Walk them towards the left. Inhale. Lift the left hand up. Look up towards the thumb. And stretch the hand up towards the sky. Good. Inhale and exhale to your maximum. Excellent. Bring your hands down, lift your heels up, and then turn them in towards center. And as you exhale, come down to a squat. Now bring your hands to a prayer position and place your elbows on the inside of the knees. Straighten up through the spine and open your knees with your elbows. And then exhale, press your knees in towards the elbows. Notice how long your spine feels here. Good. As you exhale, come down to a seated position. Bring your feet forward. And then spread them about hip distance apart. Now we're going to exhale and lower down one vertebrae at a time. Great. As soon as you're down on the ground, lower the shoulder blades away from the ears. Put your elbows nice and tight in against your rib cage. Lift your hands up so the palms are facing to one another. Spread your fingers out. And then press your feet to the earth to lift your back up as much as you can. Now walk your elbows in towards one another. And then lower your hands down so you can interlace the fingers under the hips. Keep pressing your feet to the earth to lift the back up. So you have a choice here, either to stay stable or you can make big hip circles. So you'll be inhaling up and around, exhaling down and around. And then take time to change directions as well. Great. Press the feet to the earth to lift the hips up. Release your hands, open your shoulders, and then come down nice and slowly to your mat. Good. Bring your knees in towards your belly. place your hands on your knees and rock a little bit side to side. Very good. Let your knees come in towards the belly. And as you exhale, let the knees come down towards the right side. And turn your head gently towards the left. Relax your back. And then adjust your knees to your interest this morning. And the only thing that's left to do is really to take nice deep breaths. Very good. Press your belly button in towards center. Bring your knees back to center. And exhale, let the knees turn towards the right side. And turn the head towards turn your knees towards the left side and your head towards the right. Remember, place your knees so that it works with whatever you're having as tensions this morning. Good. Press your belly button in towards your spine. And then you can start bringing your knees back to center. And we're going to start drawing the infinity sign in the air with our knees. Take a moment to experiment with the angles and the size of the movement. Change directions. Inhale, lift the legs up towards the sky. Exhale, let them come down towards the earth. Very good. Bring your knees to center. Inhale, lift the feet up towards the sky. Exhale, let the legs come down towards the floor. And now you get to really relax. So place your arms wherever they're comfortable, down by your sides for Savasana. Feel free to place a cushion under your knees. Close your eyes. And notice all the feelings that you have behind your head, your shoulders, your hips, and your heels. And as you exhale, allow all of those body parts sink down towards the earth. You don't even have to control your breathing anymore. Just let it become very natural. And notice everything it is that you're feeling right now. You might feel some vibration. There might be some places that are more comfortable than others. It's all good. As we continue our yoga practice, it all eventually works out. And take a moment to notice how you're feeling right now, and then compare yourself to how you were feeling an hour ago. And usually it's very easy to notice the physical changes. but also notice all of the changes you're feeling mentally and emotionally. And you'll notice, even just by working physically, everything else seems to go so much more smoothly. So slowly start wiggling your fingers and your toes to allow your consciousness to come back into your body. Take time to make any necessary movements or stretches. When you're ready, bend your knees and roll over on the right side. Stay nice and relaxed. And when you're ready, inhale to come up to a seated position. Straighten the spine, relax your shoulders, and stretch up through the crown of the head so you can feel the length of the spine. Then bring your hands to your heart in prayer, and we'll be chanting Om to end today. Take a deep breath in. Thank you so much. Namaste.